What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video. And as you can see, I'm at public storage right there. So I just got the Wrangler out. I've unloaded the whole storage, pulled the Wrangler out, had a dead battery of course, but I got one of those nice little handy jump packs. So I pulled it out right here. I'll tell you what, it's nice to see the old Wrangler again. And right now I'm waiting for a tow truck. Unfortunately, that's the only way that I'm gonna be able to get this all the way out there where I live, is the tow truck. So they're coming right now. They're gonna load it up, they're gonna take it off, and I won't be back that side of town till night. So the next clip is probably going to be tomorrow. All right, so the Jeep is finally back. I'm a little sunburned and everything because it was really hot the last couple days, but today it's actually raining. I do have a little seam right here that's coming apart and it's leaking water everywhere. So the seats are actually pretty wet, and I'm gonna go for a little quick drive just to the end of the road or whatever, because I haven't drove this thing. I mean, I did take it to the store earlier, and I did take it the other day, but I just want to take you guys along for a nice little drive because it's been a while since I've had the Jeep. So I'm gonna do a little drive for you guys, and then I think I'm gonna park, and then I'm gonna do a little walk around of it for you guys too. So I'm almost hitting the Patriot. Can't hit the Patriot, man. Oh, another thing, I have to talk about the Patriot too, because the Patriot, I'm gonna talk about the Patriot on the drive up to the end of the road, where I'm gonna park on the side of the road, and then I'm gonna do a walk around of the Wrangler. But the Patriot, which really sucks, I went to the mechanic shop to go get a noise checked out and to get the other CV shaft replaced. And what they told me was that the transmission is now shot. So that noise that I'm hearing has got to be a bearing. I'm thinking it's a bearing, or, I mean, that's the only thing I could be in a manual transmission. So the Jeep Patriot has a bad fucking transmission now, which sucks because, well, now it's going to be going out. They said it was going to cost about $8 grand to replace the transmission at the shop. Yeah, I could do it myself, but the transmission alone is still $4,000 because it's such a new vehicle. So I think we're gonna keep paying on it, but we're just gonna have it sitting. I'm gonna buy a little Honda Civic because I don't know if you guys noticed from my previous videos that I'm a big Honda guy, believe it or not. I'm a very big Jeep guy, but I'm a big Honda guy also. So I'm gonna get a little 96 through 2000 Honda Civic sedan or coupe, whatever I could find for cheap as a daily, because the drive that we have to make into town is about an hour and a half away, and I can't be driving that Patriot with a bad bearing in the transmission. It's making noise. I think I might have another month on it that I can drive it until it fails, but when the time comes and the transmissions are cheaper, I could purchase the transmission and I could just do it myself, which is a pretty easy job. But so that's it for the Patriot. The Patriot's pretty much fucked as far as I know, until I can get a transmission, which is going to be a while. So there might not be many Patriot videos, but there will be plenty of Wrangler videos. And I'm gonna pull up here. I'm trying to go to this road. I want to show you guys the inside of this thing too, so I'll do a little inside tour of the Wrangler and outside walk around. And there's a few things that I need to fix on it. Like right now, the shocks, they're not even, they got bolts through them and everything, but they're not tightened down because I want to go with a different shock setup for the leaf springs. And I do have a rattling, I think, from the tire carrier. So I need to address that because I don't want it to have any clunkings or bangs or anything like that. I want it to be a somewhat smooth ride. So I'm gonna have to go through this thing. The fuel leak stopped for probably just expanding of the rubber lines, but the fuel leak has stopped. But I still want to do all the fuel lines under here just to make them good, because they're pretty rotted. I need to get a fire extinguisher too, just in case. Also, I have to unzip this window because I can't open it from the inside right now because the linkage fell off. I just got to take the door panel off and just put the linkage back on. Very simple fix. But here's the Jeep in all its glory. It's a beautiful fucker, I'm telling you. I miss driving this thing so much. It's so fun to drive. I love the old ass smell of the interior. I love the smell of the exhaust. It's just a cool ass Jeep, you know? It just reminds me of just old school kind of cars. Like if you ever went into a junkyard, and I'm sure a lot of you have, and you just go inside one of the older cars and you could just smell it. It's just, I don't know, it's just an old smell on the interior, but I love it. And this thing has that. So this is the Wrangler. It's doing good. There hasn't been any leaks. I told you at the beginning of this video that it had some coolant dripping from the radiator and it had that fuel leak, which the fuel leak stopped probably because of the expanding of the lines, which I need to get all new lines because the fuel leak is just, I'm not gonna deal with the fuel leak. That could burn this whole thing down if I'm not careful, especially. And if one of those fuel lines did burst, because they're very dry rotted and they're crusty, they got cracks in them, I got to redo the whole fuel system, which should be fairly cheap and easy, and it'll make it that much safer. But there's no coolant dripping from the radiator. Well, the only thing I'm thinking is maybe when it got cold, the amount of water that I had in there probably froze up and it expanded and probably just came out of the cap, the radiator cap. So I'm not worried about that. It seems to be fine. It's not leaking or anything. I was honestly worried that I had a cracked radiator, or maybe even a cracked radiator line or hose. But that's the Jeep. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the interior real quick. All right, so it's a little beat up. I still have yet to do anything in the interior. I've only focused on the exterior. So, but I do have the original back seat, which I like, and I'm thinking about getting it reupholstered because I don't think it'll be cheap finding one that's aftermarket. So I'm gonna try to get that reupholstered. I wanna do the new carpet because they have a carpet kit that's black and I wanna go with the black interior. And it's about 100 to 150 bucks, I believe it was, the last I checked, which is not bad for the whole carpet. The tan interior does look good when it's refreshed, because I love the Jeep seats, I love all of it, but the tan interior does not go with the gray at all. So I guess with the theme of this is kind of like gray and black, and the tan goes with nothing on it. So these are the TJ doors, so they have the TJ door panels, and everything else is YJ other than the door panels. So it's all original. I did have the AC unit put in here because it was an option and they didn't have it put in here. So I had this put in here, connected it, I got the compressor, I got all that shit. I filled it all with the Freon. So that's good, it actually works great. I mean, there's a lot of dust blowing out of this, but it really does get pretty dang cold. It's nice, I really like it. It's enjoyable, especially in the summertime. Like, this thing is not well insulated, so it doesn't keep the cool air in here as much as I believe like a hard top that's been insulated, and maybe throw some Dynamat up in here and then that'll help a lot. But it gets pretty cold, so if I was to insulate this, it would stay nice in the summers. But I need a lock for the center console because I want to keep it OEM. So I want to keep the center console. I know they have a lot of options for aftermarket center consoles, but I'm gonna go OEM with this. Oil pressure looks good. My battery was dead. Here's the oil. It's at about 60 PSI. Battery is perfect because I did jump it and I started it. And what's really cool is the guy that delivered my Jeep here, he actually he gave me some fuel because it was at like almost a quarter tank. He gave me a little bit of fuel. I don't know why, to be honest, but anyway, I don't know if I told you guys about this tire pressure monitoring system either. It tells you the PSIs, which is right here, the big numbers, and then the littler numbers is the temperature. because I know that the #1 cause for blowouts is actually low PSI, which just causes the tires to heat up, and that's why it blows out. But this is the Jeep. She's back. There's going to be lots of videos on this, probably from here on out for a long time, just because the Patriot's transmission. So I guess that's gonna be it for this video. Oh yeah, one more thing. I want to show you guys how beautiful it is out here. Just look at this. It's absolutely beautiful. There is nothing. I haven't even seen a freaking sheriff or cop, so I'm driving this with no registration right now, no insurance, and there's no emissions up here. So I can get anything that has a check engine light registered legally, which is very nice. But I guess that's gonna be the end of this video. Hope you guys like it. There's gonna be many more videos to come of the Jeep Wrangler, so stay tuned. Subscribe, like. I don't usually say that, but you know, subscribe, like, comment if you want to see more Wrangler videos, because there's gonna be a lot more now that I got it. All right, so I'll see you guys next time.